allemaal, welkom weer bij een nieuwe aflevering van BordjeGezond. Nou, zoals ik in mijn vorige video al aangaf, ben ik nu in Chiang Mai in Thailand bij het ThaiFruitFestival. En ik heb gelukkig deze twee meiden naast me kunnen porren om met mij een interview te doen. Ze zeiden meteen ja, dus dat is super relaxed. Daar hebben we Kaylee en dit is Nicole. En ze hebben samen een kanaal dat heet Banana TV op YouTube. Dus daar zal ik ook een linkje naar zetten hieronder. En nou, daar komen we zo meteen nog wel meer over te spreken. Ik verdwijn weer even uit beeld om de camera vast te houden. En dan gaan we verder met het interview met Kaylee en Nicole van Banana TV. Kaylee, my first question is for you. Yeah. Can you tell us when and why you started this high-carb, low-fat vegan lifestyle?
Absolutely. So the whole reason that I got into the high-carb, low-fat vegan lifestyle is sitting right next to me. It was all Nicole. So Nicole was having some health issues. She was suffering with weight problems, acne problems, that kind of thing. And basically she found actually raw food first. And from that, from her finding raw food and veganism, I got inspired. So basically it had been, let's say 3-4 months since she found it. And I was very resistant to it at first. I had no problem if you do it, but for me, yeah, it wasn't really my thing. So at first, yeah, absolutely was not keen on doing it at all. And then I started to see the benefits. There was no denying that her energy was better. There was no denying that her skin was getting better, that she was feeling 10 times better, and that she was losing weight. So I was thinking, well, there must be something to this. So I decided to give it a try. I actually remember this. We were sitting in the car, and I said to her, I think I'm going to try it for just 2 weeks. Don't get excited. I'm just going to do 2 weeks and I'm going to try. And I'm going to see how it goes. So I did the first week. Yeah, it was pretty good. I did the second week. I started to feel really good. And I thought, I didn't understand it. Because every single thing that I had learned up to this point was that you need meat for strength and protein. You need milk for strong bones. You need animal products as a complete food, as the food pyramid. So I was totally confused at why now all of a sudden I was feeling so good without these kinds of things. And so I started to do research. And the more I found out, the more shocking it was to me. And the more it was like, how on earth could I not have known this before? How does everybody not know that stuff is so bad for you? That a single egg contains more cholesterol than an 8-ounce steak. How is that not common knowledge? That people are they just know these things. So
you were never pressured into it?
Not at all. Not at all. She was amazing. I think she was a little bit sneaky about it though. I'm going to say, I think she was sneakier than she would let on. But she would watch documentaries or be reading a book and just leave it on the nightstand or something like that. So I think there was a little bit of sneakiness, but no, she was great. She let me figure it out for myself, and I think that was a huge part, was not having that pressure and just finding it on my own, basically.
Yeah. And Nicole, is it important to do your own research, basically, because you mentioned that you read stuff and you look things up on the internet? How important was that for you starting up with this lifestyle and continuing it?
How important was it for us to do our own research? Yeah, very important, because like what Kaylee said in her first answer, like there's so much out there that we're unaware of, So yeah, I think it's very important for us to do your own research, definitely, because a lot of people rely on like doctors and teachers and people that have degrees or whatever, and not only even those people don't have the answers. And so yeah, I think it's very important.
So yeah, and what was your biggest eye-opener? What did you read and then you went like, what, really?
Biggest eye-opener. I think I always knew that veganism was healthier than me. Yeah, I guess just how great it is for you. Like I always knew that it was better, but I didn't understand like how amazing it was. And I think another thing that I wasn't aware of either was the animals and how much the animals were suffering. because I did originally come to this lifestyle for just my health,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on I started getting I opened my eyes to
Yeah.
like what actually happens to the animals, and I think that was to me more of a shock than the health side.
Is the ethical side of being a vegan now a more important motivation for you than the health side of it?
Definitely. Like when I first started, it was all selfish, just for my health, and now the ethical part is like starting to overweigh the selfish side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kaylee, can you explain why exactly high carb, low fat is so important?
Yeah. So we
Because
always
everybody
say,
says low carb diets, right? Avoid the carbs and
right, so low
yeah.
carb, low carb, low carb. That's the big thing. So if you're watching this video, you probably already know that veganism is the best thing that you can be doing. Well, then there's always that step up, right? So the next step up from that, it would be high carb, low fat. And the whole reason behind that is basically our body runs on sugar. Every single cell in our body requires sugar, and actually our brains run exclusively off glucose. So when you're following a low carb diet, something that doesn't have a lot of carbohydrates, you're limiting the amount of sugar that's entering your body, and you usually end up having more fat and more protein. Our body doesn't run on fat and protein. Those things are important, but in smaller quantities. Carbohydrates is your primary preferred fuel source. Actually, simple sugars being the number one, so things like fruit. So when you limit your carbohydrates, when you're limiting those things and following a low carb diet, you feel it. Oftentimes people can only follow those kinds of diets for a few weeks, maybe a few months, but they usually tend to fall off. So you do lose weight very quickly, but that's usually because you're restricting calories. You lose weight very quickly, and then you do a rebound. And you gain the weight right back, and usually you gain back more weight because you've been starving yourself. And your body, it craves those calories, it's craving energy, it's craving fuel for all of your cells. So by following a high carb, low fat diet, we're fueling our bodies with its primary preferred fuel source. And the great thing is that if you're eating high carb, low fat, low protein, whole foods, there's definitely a big emphasis on whole foods, it's very, very difficult to overeat because your body knows exactly what to do with those calories. So if you are overeating, your body either burns those excess calories off through a process called thermogenesis, which is basically body heat, or you'll find that you're sitting there and you'll start, shaking a little bit at work. You'll feel like, I could go for a walk today. I think I could go for a run. I think I could go play basketball. And you'll naturally burn it off through excess activity than what you normally would.
So why the combination, high carb and low fat? So why are the percentages that important? Why not high carb, high fat, and high protein?
Yeah, so basically if we're looking at it through 100%, we say about 80% or more of your daily calories, of your total calories coming from carbohydrates, 10% or lower of your total calories coming from fat, 10% or lower of your total calories coming from protein. So protein is something that usually has an overemphasis. Your body actually doesn't need that much protein. You only need 0.8 grams of protein per kilo of body weight, so that's not a lot. That you can simply get through eating rice, through eating bananas, anything like that, you're gonna get enough protein. And protein is also recycled, so you don't constantly need to be feeding your body new protein. Fat-wise, our body uses fat, but in very limited quantities. And what happens when you consume excess fat, your body ends up storing it. So there's a very famous saying within this community, the fat you eat is the fat you wear. And that's 100% true. So what's left is carbs. Carbs is your body's primary preferred fuel source. That's what it's running off of. That's what it needs.
So, and when you start eating carbs, you start to want to move.
Exactly.
And I see you both are very much into sports. And Nicole, I've seen you also compete, enter into competition and winning prizes. So well done. Has sports always been like a big part of your life, or is it something that really came with the lifestyle?
Yeah, I've always been pretty athletic. Like in high school, I played soccer and I did a little bit of kickboxing. But since I've started eating this way, it's just, exploded. Like, I never imagined, I was just telling Kaylee today, like, I had never pictured myself, like, actually standing on the top of the podium or just on the podium. Like, I would always I would do little races and stuff, but just to finish them. And yeah, it's amazing, and I blame the lifestyle.
So, Kaylee, you recently did a salt experiment.
Yes.
Can you tell us some more about that?
Yeah, so the salt experiment basically was a 2-week experiment. The first week I ate the US daily average of sodium, which is 3,400 milligrams of sodium. And the second week I had no salt at all. So basically my point was, what I was trying to do is show how much salt affects somebody if they're sedentary. So I didn't do any exercise. I did a time trial at the end of each week, but I didn't go out for daily exercise. So I was just basically sitting on my butt and seeing how the salt affected me. And basically what happened is I blew out. I gained 11 pounds, so that's about 5 kilos in just 7 days. My eyes were completely swollen. My belly was huge, bloated. I was very tired, very grumpy, wasn't feeling well. I had a headache. I had a headache in the back of my head that just would not go away. And a lot of people were saying, oh, it's just because you're salt sensitive. And I have to make it very clear, I'm not a salt sensitive person. I've been in Thailand eating salty meals, and I'm not totally poofed out like I was. I'm probably, eating maybe not quite as much, but I'm definitely having more salt than I'm used to. Not blowing out. I'm not someone who's salt sensitive. And also I was having salt in my diet before, so it wasn't like I was completely off salt before. But the reaction was amazing.
Yeah, we'll put a link down to the videos that you made, because that was a really interesting experiment to follow. So you both live in St. Martin, but you, Kaylee, are from Canada, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So do you feel everybody should try and live in a warmer climate to be successful on this lifestyle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think everyone should live in warm climates. As far as the diet, I think you can do it anywhere in the world. I don't think you have to be in a tropical paradise really to thrive on this kind of lifestyle. I think anywhere in the world it's possible. I think what the shift is living in a warmer climate is everything else that goes along with it. So all of the other pluses. And it just, for me, improved my quality of life so much, above and beyond what it was before. So I wouldn't say it's so much the diet and the lifestyle, but other qualities of life, yeah. But I would say for sure, everybody try it, at least try it.
So Nicole, can you explain a bit more of the projects that you plan on doing? I've watched your videos where you were building like an extra room, where you will do some coaching and things like that. So can you tell us a bit more of what your intentions are with Banana TV?
Yeah, we don't really have anything set in stone planned yet, but we were discussing possibly having just a room downstairs where people can come and stay and just hang out with us, and we can coach them and train them and feed them good food and let them experience our lifestyle pretty much. And that sums it up, right?
Yeah, to live with us.
Yeah,
basically hardcore one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, and actually then learn by example, really, because you'll be around basically.
We would just absorb you in, take you in, feed you good food, and then...
Well, St. Martin is not a bad place to be.
No,
so,
it's beautiful.
Well, she will ask everybody to come and book there for a personal retreat, basically. Yeah. So it's a pretty small island. I've been there once. I loved it.
Nice.
So how big is veganism, Nicole? Can you tell us something about that in St. Martin?
Yeah, not big at all. I think there might be one vegetarian restaurant, and then there's one restaurant that has vegan options on their menu. Personally, I think I know of one other vegan on the island.
Wow, really?
One other high-carb vegan.
One other high-carb vegan, and then maybe it's less than 10 actual vegans.
Yeah. We used to have a family that just left.
Okay.
And I guess you were including them, like Emerson.
Yeah, I guess it's maybe 5.
Maybe 5 other vegans
5 or
on
6
the whole.
that we know of. Yeah, it's crazy.
So to wrap this interview up, Kaylee, can you tell us about how important it is to try and get to the Thai Fruit Festival and meet other like-minded people?
Yeah, if you are someone who is just trying this lifestyle, or you're somebody who doesn't have a big community at home, or even if you have a big community, I would say try your very best to get here. The most expensive thing is going to be your plane tickets. You can stay very cheaply, you can eat very cheaply, transportation is very cheap. And so it's probably like for us, for example, we actually save money when we come here, minus the flights, but we save money when we come here. Living cost. And the community here is so incredible. And the people that you will meet, the friendships are going to last a lifetime. If you want to be inspired to get into bike riding, if you want to be inspired to start a YouTube channel, if you want to be inspired to eat more, to do more, to live more, this is the place you need to be. This is where you need to be. You have to come, you have to experience this firsthand, and you'll walk away, you will never lose out by coming here. Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Zo, ik hoop dat jullie van de vragen hebben genoten. Ik heb er in ieder geval wel weer veel van opgestoken. Ik vind het echt super dat ik bij ze mag zijn en dat ik deze vragen aan ze heb mogen stellen. Nou, ik hoop dat dit jullie ook inspireert om in ieder geval volgend jaar ook naar het ThaiFruit Festival te komen. Ik zal alle informatie hier beneden zetten over hun links naar hun Banana TV kanalen en over het zoutexperiment wat Kaylee onlangs heeft gedaan. And I really want to thank you for the opportunity to have this interview. I was really surprised that you immediately said yes. So that was,
absolutely.
Hopefully I'll upload this soon, and hopefully others will also be just as nice as you guys and give you some time for a few questions. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We'll meet again later this week.
For sure.
Bye.
Bye.